what is that idea? Well, the idea is every individual has a right to live and develop himself or herself. The human and material loss caused by communal riots, racial conflicts, and terrorist acts is much greater than that caused by wars. We can see that women, children, and few of social groups are exploited to a great extent. It is necessary to create awareness about the human rights to uproot terrorism and do away with exploitation and insecurity. Let us now see what we exactly mean by human rights and the nature of those rights. Human rights, meaning and nature. Human rights refer to the right of every person to live a dignified life and develop himself without facing any discrimination on the basis of religion, gender, caste, race, or country. Individuals get human rights from their birth itself. They are not given by government or any other organization. So, no one has the authority to take away these rights. Thus, we can say that human rights are universal in nature. Every individual can enjoy many rights, along with performing his duties as a responsible citizen of a country. Let us study some of the important human rights. The right to live. Everyone has the right to live with dignity. It implies the fulfillment of all basic needs like food, shelter, and clothing, as well as having an environment conducive to one's development. The freedom of thought, expression, and religion, etc. A person can bring about an all-round development of his personality only when an individual is allowed to think freely and has a freedom of expression. A person also has the right to accept or embrace any religion. In India, all religions are equally respected. Right to acquire nationality. It is the right of an individual to get the status of a citizen in his or her country. Once he is a citizen of that country, he gets the political rights to vote, contest elections, etc. Citizens can also take part in various important affairs of the country. The right of protection against arrest and detention. No one has the right to arrest or detain anyone without a proper reason. In order to preserve this right, every country must have a proper legal and judicial system. Right to education. Education helps to reduce the ignorance of the individual. It also provides many opportunities for development of a nation. It creates a will to fight against injustice and exploitation. So, the right to education is an important human right. Now let us study human rights and the United Nations. As we have studied earlier, the United Nations was established to protect human rights. On 10th December 1948, the UN declared officially the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and laid the foundation for these rights. This declaration has a total of 30 articles. Let us see some of those 30 articles. 1. Everyone is entitled to all the human rights without any distinction on basis of gender, religion, race, etc. 2. Everyone has a right to freedom of movement. 3. If a person feels insecure in his country, then he has the right to seek asylum anywhere in the world. 4. Everyone has the freedom from arbitrary arrest. 5. Everyone has the right to own property. 6. Everyone has a freedom of thought and religion. 7. Everyone has a right to freedom of association. 8. Everyone has a right to vote. 9. All men and women have the right to work and leisure. 10. Everyone has a right to primary education and enjoy the arts and literature. 11. Everyone has a freedom of occupation. 12. Everyone has a right to keep his/her personal life, dignity and status free from any kind of encroachment. Friends, there are some voluntary organizations working to nurture human rights. Voluntary organizations. There should be certain organizations to encourage the growth of human rights. There should be certain institutions where people can present their problems and get justice if their rights are encroached upon. This will help to preserve human rights in an effective way. Some organizations like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, etc. have volunteered in this matter at an international level. Now let us talk about India's approach to human rights. India and human rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was declared when the Indian Constitution was being drafted. National Human Rights Commission. India has devised many methods for the protection of human rights. One of these is the establishment of the National Human Rights Commission in 1993. The National Human Rights Commission consists of 6 members and a chairperson. A retired judge of the Supreme Court is appointed as the chairperson of the Commission. Other members are the judges from the Supreme Court or High Court, retired or in service. The chairpersons of National Commission for Minorities and National Commission for Women are members of this commission. Also, 2 experts who have actually worked in the field of protecting human rights are also members of the Commission. Let us now talk about the functions of the National Human Rights Commission. The main function of the National Human Rights Commission is the protection of human rights. The Commission investigates all cases of violation of human rights anywhere in the country. The state of Maharashtra has also established a Human Rights Commission.